Welcome to this episode of The Making of Champions. I'm your host, Coach Tyree Price, and today we have an excellent coach to come in and speak with us today, none other than the NAIA owned Central Methodist University's Coach Kenny Anderson. Thank you for showing up for the show today.
Thanks for having me. I really appreciate it. I've been watching the seasons and everything like that, and I'm just blessed and honored, for you to ask and, have me on the show.
Well, there's a lot of things that I've seen in you, what you've been doing, and also watching your social media. You are very active on social media, and even how you, like, I watch your IG and how you put the different your face on different mannerisms there. Epic. I love it all, and I think that sometimes we as coaches we get so ingrained into the coaching aspect, but yet you make it have fun while going to it. What inspired you to do those antics?
I don't necessarily think that they are antics. It's more so my personality. I've always been a people person. I like to be around people. I like to make people feel good about themselves. So if I necessarily wasn't a class clown or anything like that, but if I can make people laugh and have a good time and enjoy what they're doing, then I'm gonna do that. So social media is an opportunity for me to kind of express myself to the world in a sense, and so I'm a free spirit. I like to have fun, and it's a way for me to express my personality through those memes and those videos and everything like that.
Well, I enjoy them. They catch my eye all the time. Like, man, in fact, I'd be wondering how do he do this. So I'm going to be getting more in contact with you to try to spice up my social media. But one of the things that I've seen that you've been at Central Methodist as the director of track and field for a short amount of time, but in that time you built a powerhouse there. You won your conference championships, and you had people going to nationals. You were coach of the year, coach of the year for the regional. What and people don't know your background. You're a graduate of FAMU University. Am I correct with that? Okay.
Yeah.
And then how did your path go to get to Central Methodist?
So graduated of Florida A&M University. I went on an academic scholarship to FAMU, walked on the track team. My major was electrical engineering. I got there my first semester, wasn't going to class, going to practice, wasn't going to class, partying, and I was in jeopardy of losing my academic scholarship. And my dad told me if I lost my academic scholarship, I was coming home. I was like, nah, I'm not coming home. So, I had to make a choice. And, I didn't do a good job in college of balancing athletics and academics at the time. So I just chose to focus on my academics. And I just kind of finished out my career as a regular student, got my degree, moved to Cincinnati, worked in the field of electrical engineering at Procter & Gamble. I did that for 2 years. And while I was up in Cincinnati, Ohio, I was coaching high school basketball, coaching high school track, and middle school football. So kind of got my love for coaching in that aspect, and had a really good run while I was up there. Had the opportunity to coach college basketball. So I left engineering. I felt like nobody could ever take my engineering degree away. That it's always going to be there. So let me pursue this coaching. It's something that I'm really, really passionate about. And the opportunity was at Lynn University down in Boca Raton, Florida. So I coached Division II basketball for a year. We were successful. We made the D2 national tournament. From there, I moved on to Stetson University, which is a D1 in D-Land, Florida. I coached there for a year. I really didn't have a great experience. Just kind of the expectations of coaching at that level, I don't think I was really ready for. And so it just kind of took my love away from coaching at that level. So I moved back home, was coaching high school for a little bit, about 4 years. And then I got in contact with Lamont Johnson, who was the head coach at Johnson C. Smith. Yeah. So I talked to him. He had an opportunity when he got the head coaching job there. And I worked at Johnson C. Smith for 2 years as an assistant. And then the assistant AD, Miss Natasha Wilson at Johnson C. Smith, she got the AD position at Central Methodist. Mm-hmm. When the head coaching position opened up at Central Methodist, she called me and asked if I was interested. And, that's how I'm here. And so this is my third season now at CMU.
Well, it's amazing because that came back with some networking, knowing people at certain places that help you get to the place that you are now. And the thing about it that you got in there and you started on the ground rolling. It wasn't a thing to where you had to really take a long time of building, but you had a mindset of what you wanted to do. Now, what was the mindset of coming in and taking over that program and building it to a championship program?
I think culture is the main thing. That's the first thing. It's just establishing the culture, establishing, what I wanted to accomplish, what I wanted the program to look like, and how we were going to move forward. Before the makeup of the team was, just kind of all over the place. There wasn't really an identity. And so, my vision for a program, being a hurdler at nature, that's my background. I wanted to go sprints, hurdles, and jumps. So we put a lot of emphasis, that first year on just developing the student athletes that we had on campus at the time, building that culture, getting them to buy into who I am as a person, what I wanted to do. And it goes back to what you talk about, like the memes and the videos. I wanted it to be a fun experience. So my first year, it really wasn't about us winning a championship or winning. It was more so like, this is how a program should look. This is the expectation. This is the culture that we're gonna build. This is the foundation. If we win and we do the right things, we're going to be successful. But that wasn't the focus. So it just happened that I had a great group of student athletes that bought into what I was talking about and my vision and where we were trying to go. And that first recruiting class I was able to bring in, we just got some better talented athletes, and it just kind of moved from there. So
after doing that, did you come out and with your staff, how did that play into getting there with it?
So honestly, I'm gonna be very, very transparent. Coming in as a new head coach on the collegiate level, I struggled a little bit with just finding the right people to help build my vision and grow the program in the way that I wanted it to grow. So my staff has changed a little bit. When I first got to CMU, I kind of kept some people around that were with the program previously, just for an easier transition. But I think just coming in with a new vision, a new style, I just had to go out and find the right people that fit me, fit my personality, who also complemented some of the things that I'm strong in some areas, but I need some help in some other areas. So I need to go out and find some people that that can complement, and we can complement each other as a group and as a collective to help the entire vision of the program. So came in and, after year one, had to make some changes, just to move the program forward. And, my staff now, we're headed in the right direction. So, it was a learning experience for me, if I'm being honest. And so, any some advice I can give to like young head coaches, is to make sure that, when you come into a program, come into a situation, make sure you have people around you that, you trust, who has your back, who believes the same things and believes in the vision that you're trying to, put out there, and then you all can be successful.
Well, you won conference now. What's next on tap? What are your goals from that point on? I know probably maintain that level, but yet outside of that, what else are you looking for to try to ascertain that at the helm of that program?
So number one is repeat, like you said. We want to keep that going. That's a great feeling. But we also want to be a player on the national level. So we won conference. That was the first conference championship in program history as far as track. So we want to keep that going, but we want to go to the national meet. Eventually top 10. Top 5. Bring home a trophy. We want to be a player. We want to sit at the table. With some of the top programs in AIA. On top of that, I want to be able to go to some of these bigger universities and be able to compete, be able to hold our own. Track is a sport where, it doesn't matter what the name says on your uniform. If you fast, you fast. Times don't lie. The clock doesn't lie. So I want to be able to go to, a Texas relays or a Florida relays or a Penn relays, and, we can hold our own, and you have people, who is CMU? Like, where are they from? Like, I've never heard of them. Like, who is that? And so that's ultimately the vision for the program, is to be able to give my student athletes the experience of being able to travel to bigger meets, being able to compete with high level competition, so they can get that experience as well.
So now educate us on where you're located at.
Great question. So our school is 30 minutes from Columbia, Missouri. We're in Fayette, Missouri. Columbia is where the University of Mizzou is. So we're about 30 minutes north of that. So 2 hours it's 2 hours to St. Louis in one direction, 2 hours to Kansas City in the other direction. So we're in the dead center of Missouri.
Well, now, as you know, a lot of people look at it from the NCAA standpoint, but I want to try to pull from all divisions: Division I, Division II, Division III, NAIA. I'm going to be getting some JUCO college coaches on here as well. But we want to understand that how difficult or how easy is it to recruit within that realm right there with the other D1 schools there, Division II schools. What do you feel are positive things going forward in recruiting process?
Some of the positives with the NAIA, we don't have the same restrictions as far as like dead week, who we can talk to. So that makes it a little bit easier for us to be able to, get out to not universities, but get out to high schools, get out to JUCOs a little bit more. And we can pretty much talk to whoever we want to talk to. So that makes it easier for us at the NAIA level to recruit. Some of the challenges here at, Central Methodist, where I'm at in Missouri, is we're in the center of, some of the top Division II programs in the country. So you got Lincoln here, which is 45 minutes. You got Pitt State, Northwest, Central Missouri, Washburn. All those schools are within 2 to 3 hours from us with, indoor facilities. So we have to go out and compete against those types of programs. But it hasn't been a problem for us, and I don't foresee it being a problem for us. We have to do a better job. We have to get out We have to be more aggressive in, who we're talking to, trying to find the right kids and the right, student athletes for our program. But it's fun, good competition where we're sitting in the same, houses and homes of, athletes that, probably should be competing at a different level, but they're considering Central Methodist.
Well, what I like about that is you're not afraid to go after the top talent. Some people will say, well, we're never going to get that person, but you're making yourself go. You're going to get into that household and make your pitch, and it's like, hey, why not us, right?
Why not? So the biggest thing, on our social media is come earn your wings. That's our hashtag, come earn your wings. And it's a privilege, it's an honor to wear the CMU University. When I first got hired at CMU, my AD gave me a shirt and said, banners are not given, they are earned. All right. So that's the motto. Like, we have to earn everything we get. If we want to travel and go somewhere special, we got to work and we got to earn that. Our championship banner, we had to work hard. We had to earn that. If we want the top level recruits, we got to get in these houses. We got to talk to these high school coaches, talk to these parents, talk to these student athletes, and we have to earn their trust. We have to build that relationship, and hopefully they can come earn their wings.
Well, what are some of the things that you had to learn on the fly of being the director of track and field there? This is your first director job, especially in the sport. So what were some of the things, and get some enlightenment to other coaches who are looking, that you had to really learn? You said you had to, even with your staff, to finding people who can do other things. So what are some things that once you got from the assistant job, moving into that head job, that you didn't really know at the time, but now that you're in there, you're like, man, okay, I gotta get a better grasp of this.
I think the biggest thing is managing people, whether it's the student athletes, your coaches, your administration. You have to manage different aspects of the job, and so that was a learning curve for me because as an assistant, really, I don't have to make the big decisions. I don't have to do all of the discipline. I refer to my head coaches at the time. All right, so this is the situation. All right, you're getting paid the big dollars to make the decision. You're sitting in the hot seat. So whatever you say, I got to go with, but you got to make the decision. And so now as a head coach, I'm in that chair. And so I had to learn that, number one, I can't please everybody. Everybody's not going to be happy with the decisions that you make. And that's okay. The decisions that you make have to be in line with what you feel and what you think is best for the program moving forward, and how do you grow the program. So the biggest thing for me is, just kind of learning how to manage people. When I was at Johnson C. Smith, I just worked with the sprinters and hurdlers. So I just had the small group, and now I have sprint hurdles. I'm in charge of, the distance, the pole vaulters, the throwers, the jumpers, and they're, we're a collective, we're a team, but they're smaller teams or smaller subsets within that. So when I'm at practice, yes, I coach the sprints and hurdles at practice, but I got to make sure that I go watch the jumpers. I got to make sure I go watch the throwers. I got to be at pole vault practice. I got to go watch the cross country team, because at the end of the day, as the director, I am the CEO. So I oversee everything, and I have to know everything that's going on. So just building a relationship with not just my event group, but the entire program, the entire entity. So that's been a learning experience, and just trying to make sure I am not spreading myself too thin, but everybody is getting the necessary attention and whatever they need to be successful, and we continue to grow the program.
Well, what are some other ways that you're bringing about the championship atmosphere, like you said, having fun, within the program? How are you bringing that atmosphere to your team?
So the fun part, I like music, I like dancing. All right, so when we're at practice, yes, we're going to get our work in, but I like to have, I let a student athlete pick, all right, what's the playlist for today? And we got it on at the stadium, and we're jamming at practice, and so that livens up practice a little bit more instead of we're just coming to practice and running and going home. As far as the championship mindset, championship culture, I believe there's three types of people in the world. You have quitters, you have survivors, and then you have thrivers. All right, so everything we do, we're trying to thrive. Everybody knows what a quitter is. You quit, you quit. Survivor is just a status quo. You're just going with the flow. But we want to be thrivers. Everybody's hurt. You try to get 1% better every day. I truly believe in that. It's not going to be linear. You can have some good days and bad days, but every day, like, we're just trying to put our best foot forward. And if we can do that consistently, just string together consistent positive days, then we'll be where we need to be. All right. So we don't put any pressure on, or at least I don't put any pressure on the team. We have to win a championship, or that's the goal for us. No, the goal for us is we need to compete with ourselves. We need to be better today than we were yesterday. If we do that, then we are going to be where we need to be when we need to be there. So that's the mindset. That's the philosophy. We rarely talk about, all right, we got to go out and win the championship. Now we got to go be out. We have to go be better than we were yesterday. That's our goal. That's our mindset. And if we do that, we're going to be where we need to be. And there's no pressure. I mean, pressure is a good thing. Pressure is a privilege, but it's more so like, all right, this is where I'm trying to go. This is what I want to do. All right, how do I get there? All right, I got to string together, these positive days. I got to be disciplined. I got to do the right things, the right time, all the time. And if I can do that, then, I'm in a good spot.
Wow. Major nuggets there. Major nuggets there. I love it. I love it. Talking about administration, how do you build your relationship with your senior administration to see the vision and to help you carry out what you need to do with the program?
I think the biggest thing that has helped me to become successful is I'm very solution driven and I don't bring problems. I want to figure out if there is something that comes awry or something that happens. All right, this is what happened. This is a solution. This is what I think we should do to move forward to rectify the situation. Another thing that I think is very, very important with administration is building relationship. So what I like to do is I like to talk to my senior leadership, not about track. I walk by the senior leadership office on my way every morning. I go get breakfast from the cafeteria. Okay. So when I walk by senior leadership's office. And when I walk by, hey, how's it going? How are you doing today? And the simplest things like that is you build the relationship. You get to know them outside of, work. And now it's when I really need something, I can come to you, because every time I come talk to you, it's not always about, oh, I need this, I need that, I need that. Hey, how's it going today? Anything I can do to help you? It's all about being a team player. Even though they're my boss, how can I help you to be successful? All right. If I'm helping you to be successful, I'm not causing you any problems. When I need something, then you're more likely to help me, versus if I'm coming to you, every time I come to you, I got a problem. Then they're like, oh, here you go again. Here he comes. What are you going to say this time? Nah, what's up? How's it going? What you eat for breakfast today? Just simple conversation. We do the same thing when building relationships with our recruits. It's all about communication, trust, and family. That's our motto. That's my motto as a coach. That's my motto. That's our philosophy as a program. Communication first and foremost. You got to be able to talk to people. You got to be able to listen, give feedback, receive feedback. Once you have that, then you build a level of trust. So if I trust you, you trust me, we trust each other, then we can be successful as a collective unit. And then family is very, very important to me. I come from a big family. So anybody that I have around, I want them to be family. Now, family is not perfect. You got, your drunk uncles, you got your crazy, over here, you got your people, it's all over the place. But at the end of the day, like, that's my family, and I'm gonna look out. So within the program, whether it's, senior leadership, the president, vice president, the AD, whether it's the janitor, the people that clean the offices, the ladies in the cafeteria, one university, like, we're all family. Is it going to be perfect? No. We're going to have our ups and downs, but at the end of the day, we working for the betterment of our student athletes. We're working for the betterment of ourselves. And if we can do that as a collective unit, we're going to be all right. So that's how I kind of moved throughout dealing with my senior administration and everybody on campus.
Mm, 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 mm. Man, I hope y'all are taking note of this, because this is real. This is the real. And this is why I love, because you see the genuine person that you are, and all that all that you've accomplished and everything. It's a direct correlation of who you are, what you're about, and the impact that you're putting, a footprint, fingerprint, whatever you want to call, onto your program to be your staple of what it is. And it's seen through your coaching staff, it's seen through your student athletes. And of course, it seems like the administration is along with that ride, and to help you to see everything forward. And you don't really see that all often. There's always a complaint here, a complaint there. We all can complain about anything, but yet I like how you say solution finders for everything that comes in. You try to find a solution for the problem before it really escalates to being catastrophe. So that's key. I love that. I love that. Man, this is better than I thought it was going to be, because I like I said, I told you I don't miss words and stuff like that. I don't have any scripts in front of me or anything like that. This is real. This is just you and I talking, and that's what this platform is. It's about talking, getting to know each other, getting to know more about the program, how you making champions, whether it's on and off the track. So now let's talk about off the track. How you are making champions off the track, not just within the sport itself.
All right. So if you're in college, the end goal is for you to get a degree. All right. That's why you're coming to college, is to get a degree. All right. So our job as coaches is to put you in the best position possible to be successful. And I feel like, every coach wants their student athletes to be successful, go out in the world and, be successful human beings, and get jobs and make money and do all that kind of stuff. So we try to live by that. So, we put an emphasis on, making sure you're doing what you're supposed to do in the classroom. All right. I think, one of the things for us, and that I'm extremely proud of, not only are we winning on the track, but since I've been at CMU, our GPA for both the men and the women has been over 3.0 for the team since I've been there. So, we believe it. If you need help, you can come to our office and ask questions about your schoolwork. I think we've had speakers come and give motivational talks to our group. We try to get our kids internships, put them in the right positions, and this kind of teach them about life. We've had some real conversations about, all right, I'm about to graduate. I don't know what I'm gonna do, and I don't know where I'm gonna go. I don't have a job yet. So what are my options? What can I do? Like, we've helped some student athletes get, GA positions on campus, off campus. So just different things like that, just making sure that, we're doing our part. It's one thing for them to run fast or throw far or jump high, but when they walk across that stage, they get that diploma and then they get that job. That's a rewarding feeling. And then they come back, coach, thank you for the help and, stuff like that. And, it's just, that's what we try to do. I think that's why all of us, obviously we want to win, but at the end of the day, we want to see our student athletes be successful. And I think, I can speak for every coach, we all want to see that.
Well, if there's going to be some coaches, especially, people are going to see you, they already know who you are. But those who don't know you, this is an opportunity for them to get to know who you are. How do you want them to perceive you moving forward from after this show? and moving forward within the realm of coaching, within the realm of just knowing a person. Who are you and what are you about?
So I want people to know a couple of things. One is uh, I like to have a good time. I like to be around people. I like communicating. I'm always, anytime you see me, mostly smiling. All the time. I'm very, very, confident in my abilities, but I'm humble at the same time. But I just want people to know that I really enjoy what I do. I really love this profession. It doesn't feel like work for me, and so I get to do something I love every day. Love competition. I really like to compete. I don't care who you are. Like I feel like I can compete with anybody. I don't care who you are, what level you are. I feel like our squad can compete with anybody. I don't care, who you are, where you are. So I want people to know that, I'm young. I'm ready to learn. I'm willing to learn. I still have a lot of learning to do and a lot of growth. Um, but as Deion Sanders said, I'm coming. So I just want people to know that I'm hungry and I'm coming.
Well, man, I love your energy. I love your demeanor. I love what you're doing with the program. And again, in a short amount of time, how much you've turned the program into a championship caliber program, putting your fingerprint, your blueprint down, and letting it escalate on through. And it's a direct correlation for what your student athletes do based upon who the coach is right now, the head person. Hopefully they're taking on the character of which you're dispelling out there into the world. So much props to you and what you're doing there at CMU, man. Great job, man.
Thank you. I appreciate it, and I just thank you for the opportunity. I just thank you for just kind of recognizing, what we're doing and what we're able to do. And just appreciate the opportunity to come on this platform. I think this is great. I really enjoy, some of the coaches that you've had on and, their backgrounds and their philosophies. And, this platform is an opportunity for, all of us to learn and to continue to grow and, gain knowledge and help us to in this profession and professional development. We can all learn something from everybody. So I appreciate you as well.
No problem. Well, hey, we've already got some nuggets from you, but I'm gonna let you spit some more nuggets out here as we're about to end the show. But I've already taken out either your losers, your survivors, or your thrivers. So if you want to say anything or give any word out there to anybody, or even just to the masses out there, this is your opportunity to say what you want to say, brother.
All right. So, just to the masses, I truly feel like, whatever you're passionate about, life, career, track, you know, whatever it is, just don't be afraid to fail. Um, you know, if you're afraid to fail, you're afraid to be successful. And so, whatever you do, just go hard at it. If you fail, pick yourself up and you learned. All right. And then the next time I can't do that again. All right. And you get better. So that's the biggest thing. Don't be afraid to fail. Whatever you do, just go hard at it. Give it your all and go from there.
Man, great nuggets here. Again, this is the fourth season of the Making of Champions. We got Coach Kenny Anderson here at Central Methodist University, winning championships, escalating up to win national championships. He's working on those individuals, working on the staff, inspiring and everything from the staff, the administration, the student athletes, and those who come in contact with him. He's an inspiring person. I'm inspired by just being in his presence right now. All that he said on this show. I'm like, man, this guy, can't wait to have more conversations with him. And again, I told you before, I'm going to be picking your brains on how to get my social media up up and running like you are.
Come on.
But I want to thank you for being a part of the show. Again, Making the Champions, season 4. Please like, share, and subscribe.